Hi, I'm Dana. I'm your Oklahoma Cannabis Paralegal. And I've got a lot of information, but it's real discombobulated. I've got to get it all organized so that I can succinctly get this information to you. So what I want to do is I want to talk about this COO. I've been asked if, maybe the people that have been in business for a long time can be grandfathered in. Well, after having conversations, I don't believe that that's going to happen. And let me tell you why. I've talked with the fire marshal, and he explained that they have no interest in shutting our commercial businesses down, none whatsoever. But they will shut a business down if the building is a death trap. Now, if you didn't get a permit because you're unincorporated, or, there was no permitting needed or anything of that nature, you can still get permitted. You can still get your COO. It's going to take some time, but all COOs are going to take some time. The fire marshal explained to me it's going to take at least a year for anyone to get a COO from the state fire marshal's office. Now, if your county does them, if you've got a county fire marshal, then you need to go through the county fire marshal. If you've got a city fire marshal, you need to go through the city. If you've got a fire marshal in your area, you want to go get it from them. But as far as the state fire marshal's office is concerned, it's going to take at least a year before they can get the COOs out. We are working with OBNDD to try and get them to issue registrations once the COO has been filed with the state's fire marshal's office. Now, there's been some confusion that COOs, which is a certificate of occupancy, you really truly should have had one all along, but nobody was pushing for it. So this is was actually a requirement that, since OMMA wasn't, making it a requirement, they just kind of let it slide. Well, they're not going to let it slide any longer. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably a good thing. I know you probably don't want to hear me say that, but we don't need anybody working in buildings that are not safe. And that's all the COO is for. It's just to make sure your building is safe, that it's permitted, and that it meets all of the requirements by the state. So I'm on the fence regarding it. I owned a dispensary. I had to have a COO, but it was in Tulsa. I didn't have to go through the state fire marshal's office. So I understand both sides. I totally do. It's an inconvenience. It's a pain in the butt, but it's a necessity. But is it a necessity? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to understand what the state requires. Anyway, talking to the fire marshal, permitting can get done. COOs can be issued. Their permitting and COO fee is 10 cents a square foot. So depending on how big your building is. Now you may have to make some adjustments or make some changes in, your structure. I don't know. But they will be able to tell you. They have no interest in shutting your business down. None whatsoever. And, we're going to do everything we can to prevent businesses from being shut down. But mind you, if your building is what they deem as a death trap, that's the only way you're going to get shut down, unless you don't make the changes and move forward. I don't know if there's any waivers available. I haven't asked. So, this is a fluid situation. So, I was told that we needed to address two things. And by the fire marshal, I was told that we needed to address two things with you guys. And his first one is, although the building already exists, does not mean it is an existing building. And existing buildings are those that were previously permitted. Now, maybe your building was permitted. If you haven't checked, you may not know. I mean, if it's new to you. But let's just plow through this one thing at a time. Also, he advised me, if a 6-inch water line exists within 1,000 feet of the building, a fire hydrant will be required. If not, a commercially monitored commercial fire alarm will be required. To qualify for the fire hydrant exemption, you must have a letter from the water district attesting to the fact that a 6-inch water line is not within 1,000 feet of the building. Now, generally, this is going to be out in your rural areas. So, they want to be able to make sure that if there's a fire, they can put the fire out. So, that's going to be on a case-by-case basis. We'll just have to see where that goes. Now, also, I've seen some interchange of the words certificate of occupancy and certificate of compliance. Someone was saying that they have to submit a certificate of compliance to, bear with me, folks, somebody's trying to call me. Okay, that they were, that they had to submit a certificate of compliance to OBN. Well, we don't. And you don't have to submit a certificate of compliance to OMMA after your initial certificate of compliance, unless you have made structural changes to your building, or you change locations. Now, like I said, these rules change as often as they do. OMMA does change their requirements quite frequently, but this is what it is as of today. So, I'm expecting to hear back from the fire marshal later this week. I've got a stack of papers this thick that I must review in order to learn more about this permitting process, and I will be getting that done this week. And and another thing, oh no, I'm not going to address that right here. So anyway, I'm waiting to hear back from OBN. I'm trying to schedule a meeting. I am being included in a meeting, but it's a facilitated meeting. They can't answer our questions. They're just going to get our information, take down our questions, and then take and move it on down the line. So everything is happening, but it's not happening fast enough for me to give you the answers that you're seeking. But just know that you've got me on your side, and I am working on it. I am here for the industry. So just so you know, I will get you the answers. It may take some time though. Anyhow, I work for Brady & Associates. You can reach me at 918-900-0470. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be posting some videos from the attorney I work for, Isaiah Bridey, on my channel. I will be posting one today. So, and I've got several more that I will be posting. So we're trying to keep you guys up to date, but sometimes it's hard to get the information from the powers that be. So again, Dana Malone, Bridey & Associates, 918-900-0470. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can post your questions there, or you can post your questions in the comments here. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow. Bye.